back on this new tutorial. My name is Bruno Flavin. I've just posted an article about a post about exploratory data analysis. It's pretty hard to spell. EDA in data science. And I was wondering how to leverage on this library, Sweetviz, and PANDAS Profiling and for sure Streamlit to help me out how to generate quickly reports on any kind of data set. So it's a pretty long article, and I wanted to make, all the code is available on my Github account, and I wanted to make a quick video about how to explore this directory. So let's come back to this walkthrough. So you have the article, you can read it if you want, you have the code, you have my website. The objective was how to build an EDA as quickly as possible with the best visualization ever. So we were going to use Streamlit, Sweetviz, and PANDAS Profiling. And the fact that sometimes I'm a PO and I'm interested in data science, but I don't have much time to dedicate to programming and exploring and stuff like that. Even though it's very important, I wanted to have a better productivity on that. So that's the reason why I've discovered this library. So what we're going to use, like I said, Streamlit, Sweetviz, PANDAS Profiling, Sweetviz. That's one of the articles that was my source of inspiration, and the toy dataset from Scikit-learn, from Scikit. So Streamlit, everybody know now by now. I've made a lot of video about it. It's an open source library to build dashboard. Sweetviz, then I spelled it correctly. That's one of the best Panda-based library to visualize and compare dataset. PANDAS Profiling, that's the same thing, that generate profile reports from Panda data frame. This one was the article that was my source of inspiration, thanks to them. And as this article is based, they were using, I didn't know that there was toy dataset in Scikit. So we're using it. Let's go first in the first video. So I'm using Conda to manage my environment, my Python environment. I've made a lot of video about it, so I won't be long on that. First, tedious, meaning that you have to code everything, which is a use case. And I say you would see, if you have to code everything first, you can understand everything what you're doing, but it would take time to make it. So that the second part would be PANDAS Profiling, how to use it and how to generate report. This is a real Swiss Army knife. Then Sweetviz, that was the strongest part. And then I find on the internet a few other EDA. This one is made on a class which is much more higher level of programming. And also I've gathered a few information about things that I've discovered my wandering on the internet. So let's go first directly. So you see, I'm going to go through this directory, but on my local. So I'm short-sighted, so I need to, whoops. So I'm going to get there. I've prepared a few things. Okay, so I'm here. You see, I have exactly the same directory as here. You see that I have base here. So this is the Anaconda environment. And I've created an environment specific. So everything is here, so you can use the command. So I'm listing the environment that I have and managing by Conda. So you see base, and then this one I'm going to use. So I think that's the way to load this environment, where I have installed all these libraries. You can install it, or you can use the requirement, like I said, that is here at the root of this directory. Let's see, it's here, you see. And then you load it, and it would install everything that you need. Okay, so I'm clearing my console. Let's see. So let's see, you see, you have, well, you can do, you see, you have to code, whoops, I think I'm not at the right place. Oops. So every time I'm editing, I put in comment everything that I need, because as you can see, I hate typing. And this one, so this is a real Python. You see, I've just to have to code everything, so it takes time. What I want to show you is that exploring a CSV file, and by the way, the CSV, that's a tennis word number, Roger Federer, Pete Sampras, Rafael Nadal, and so on. I find it on the internet. So it takes time, even though you're using Streamlit, for instance, which will help you to figure out, and maybe you can just have to change. Let me see. By the way, this one I've customized because I wanted to make, so you can find all the elements to explain the customization. Okay. It was just to do the two things at a time. Okay, so yes, again, you have to code, or even though if you're using your Jupyter, that's exactly the same, so not, I think it's Jupyter, sorry, Jupyter book. And by the way, you can use also, you see, I'm going to open two, or not the one, and then, yeah, I can even make it work here, so I'm going to do the same thing, okay? And then I can go, I think it goes through like this, no, sorry, it goes through like this, it's connecting, I got everything, it's exactly the same thing, what happened here, okay? But still, what I want to show you is that even though it's very WYSIWYG, I mean, you can see whatever you want, you have to code everything, okay? And you see, oops, you see, well, there's a few errors, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so gonna stop that, and we're gonna dive directly. So I hit Control-C to stop it, and then say yes, and I'm clearing my console. And I'm closing also the Streamlit stuff to be sure that I'm not. So let's move to the first. That was this one. So that was a pretty quick presentation, but you see, you have to code everything, and well, you have the chance to fully understand things, but then using PANDAS profiling is much more interesting, and then you let the library do the work for you. And so let's go there. Yeah. So I think I wanted to launch this one. Again, if I edit it, this one, you can find everything. The environment needed, the path, I mean, you need to change it for sure. You have the command, and what is really important to use, and that stuff. And then this one is going to go through a different, so you have a config file where you see it's going to explore this directory, yeah, with all these data. Okay, so let's launch it to show what happened. And then what I show you is that using a dashboard, it's much more easier. Then you can select different CSV file and make the report quickly. So let's say we're gonna use Amazon, for instance, top this book, this one, and let's take latitude, country things. Yeah, let's take this one, Amazon. So you see, and then you do the profiling, and it will generate the report. You see there. Where is he? Up. See, he's going to go show, and then he's going to base his name on the today plus the name of the file, and he's generating automatically, and then you can see it. You can see it there. Well, it's just a way of going quicker. Yeah, you see. And then you have the same result. And we can think about making another one. So for instance, you have your own, let's say this one, and then I generate a report. So sometimes, yeah, the CSV file may not work because you see, up is appearing. So it's much more quicker, okay? And you have everything you need to know. Interaction, so country, categorical, the type. You can even toggle this stuff. You see, you see the indicator, Afghanistan, what is, okay, correctors. And if I look at authors, which is much more straightforward, see, you have the name of the guy, words, characters, missing value, you see person, candle, everything that you need to explore quickly, the result, okay? And don't forget to unload. And all the work has been made, you can see the output, okay? So that's it for the Panda profiling. I'll be back in a minute for the Sweetviz, that's the main course. And we will go through maybe quickly through the two other directory. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to read the article and to download the code right here. Everything is written down and follow the instruction and you'll be good. Okay, see you in a minute then. Bye-bye.